All right, in at number two, from Indonesia, it's Bali Festival Park.
Bali. All the way from Bali.
Bali?
Bali.
It's just a fun word to say.
How do you say it?
Bali?
Bali.
No, not barley. It's not a grain. It's Bali.
Bali.
No, God, you're so British. Not Bali. Bali. It's Bali.
I think I'd know. We bloody invented the place. We discovered it. We put our flag in it. It's our country. So we call it what we like.
Oh, here we go with the empire again. This is Where Did Everyone Go? With me, Dr. Sasha Aravak.
And me, Tom Ward. A journey into the weird history of abandoned places.
From the video, you can see we're in the jungle, or as you might call it, the jungle.
No, I call it the jungle.
Welcome to the jungle.
And the ruins here are classical Eastern architecture, aren't they? Impressive stone monuments and statues, carvings of dragons, and it's all covered in vines and moss.
Yeah, it's got kind of a Tomb Raider meets Jurassic Park vibe.
Yeah, it really does. And you can see one large building with this arched roof, only it's been burnt out. Just the shell remains. Okay, Sasha, what was this park and where did everyone go?
Where indeed? So, originally named Taman Festival Park, it was designed to be the Disneyland of Indonesia. It opened in 1997 and cost $100 million to build. The place had it all. It had a 3D cinema screen, pavilions, restaurants. They even advertised the world's first inverted roller coaster. In addition to the rides and all the concessions, this was also meant to be a kind of celebration of nature with a lot of exotic plants, birds, etc., etc. There was an enclosure with 150 crocodiles, and they're now on the loose.
Oh.
But the main
attraction... What? Now they're on the loose.
Now they're on the loose.
Oh, okay.
Now they're on the loose.
Oh, that's exciting.
But the main attraction was an artificial volcano and a laser show.
Okay, so I'm going to put my money on the volcano as to why this place...
The volcano, the
something
artificial volcano.
Something went wrong. Someone did something wrong. Someone filled it with real
lava. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing that happens.
And crocodiles. Mm-hmm. And then it just kicked off.
Now,
Get your grubby little hands
as I was saying,
off my bottle of spring water.
I'm going to my trailer.
I have to get a new one now.
Now, the closest I've been to an attraction that had kind of live alligators in a weird situation was there is a mall in Atlanta, which is it's famous as being an underground mall. Like everything is underground. And someone built a pirate-themed restaurant in this underground mall. And they basically built the back of a fake pirate ship. And when you look out the window or you look towards the ship from this kind of viewing area, they've created this fake beach, but they put real caimans on the fake beach. And caiman's like a mini alligator.
Right.
And I just thought that was the weirdest thing ever. Like you have this weird ass end of a pirate ship in your mall, and then you have these mini crocodiles knocking around underneath.
Did it cause issues?
No, people loved it. Everybody wanted to eat the pirate restaurant, and they
like the alligators,
see the little mini alligators. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But 120 real ones. That's something of a different story.
150.
150. Thank you. That's a lot of.
I am listening.
Crocodiles. You know who else is listening?
To your many, many words.
You know who else is listening? The government.
Yeah, always.
Always.
Yeah.
So the timing for the grand opening.
And thank you for that.
And thank you for that.
I appreciate
Thank you
your
for keeping
interest.
us safe from each other.
And I'm sure you use all the data for good reasons.
Yeah. To program your AIs. But the timing for the grand opening couldn't have been worse. Just before the park allows in its first visitors, the countries of Southeast Asia went through a spectacular financial meltdown that dragged a lot of them into a very deep recession. Now, the global financial crisis of 2008 happens a bit later. This is kind of a preview of that, but it only affected Asia. And to make matters worse, the financial crisis also led to the downfall of the Indonesian President Suharto, who'd ruled the country with an iron fist for about 30 years. So when he left, there was a lot of political turmoil and uncertainty, and it really wasn't a good climate for tourism.
This is why financial experts are so useless, because they never see these things coming. They're always predicting growth or, stability, but they never see the asset bubble burst
Well, some of the smart ones do, but the financial crisis of 2008 was a kind of different story, but
No one saw that coming, did they?
a couple people did.
Yeah?
Yeah, you should watch, what's it called? Boiling Point. I think it's called Boiling Point or Boiler Room, which is about that. And then there's another great movie, which I mostly remember because it has Margot Robbie explaining the crisis from a bathtub. She's very smart. She's like, I know you won't want to pay attention to the boring economic stuff, so I'm going to tell you from this bathtub.
How postmodern.
Yes, it's very meta.
So the park, what happens to the park?
The park was meant to get over 1,000 visitors a day, but often only one person turned up.
One.
I know. Well, at least no lines for the roller coasters.
That poor soul, though, when he gets there and realizes he's the only way. He's there to make friends.
This would be my dream park. He's like, no lines, woo!
You ask for a refund, and then the staff will be like, no.
So if things weren't bad enough, in 1998, when the laser show was in full swing, lightning struck the volcano.
Man, this place is cursed.
Yeah, so $5 million worth of gadgetry lies in a smoldering mess of metal and glass. And then, as if this place is kind of cursed, an unexplained fire burnt down the main building of the park because it had a traditional thatched roof.
Right. Okay, and it caught fire.
Right. And burned down.
Wow. This place doesn't seem to want to exist.
Yeah,
the gods don't seem to like this place.
Well, you joke about this idea of it being cursed, but the locals would actually agree. Bali is predominantly a Hindu island, and the Balinese have their own interpretation, spiritually and philosophically, of why things went wrong at the park. And here's how it goes. The park was built on land which used to be an area designated for the Temple of the Dead. This is a sacred temple typically dedicated to the Hindu god Shiva, and Shiva is the god of destruction, also the god of renewal. The idea being that, because Hindu talks about the cyclical nature of existence in the universe, you have to have destruction in order to have rebirth and growth.
Yeah, as every despot tells us.
Exact creative description. Every disaster capitalist tells us. So there's problem number one. You've built on this sacred land, and you built it on land that was sacred to the god of destruction.
Right.
Shocking that it gets destroyed.
Strange decision.
But there's another reason to believe that the place was cursed. Because when the park was built, it displaced an old cemetery, which contained 107 victims of the 1974 Indonesian plane crash.
Right. Yeah.
Now, I don't know if our listeners remember this or if you know the movie Poltergeist. Yes. And if you remember, the shtick behind Poltergeist was the house was built on an old cemetery. Mm-hmm. And there's this great line, and all these dead people are rising up when the guy who owns the house finds the guy who sold him the house. And he's like, you moved the stones, but you didn't move the bodies. And this idea that, you shouldn't build on ground where dead people are buried.
Yeah, I get it. Even if you're not a Hindu, even if you're not superstitious, it just feels bizarre to me that you'd want to play on an area where there's death underneath. It just feels a bit...
think about how long London's been here, or Paris has been there. We did a story about the Paris catacombs.
Yeah.
Most people are literally walking on the dead. So I don't know if it pays to be superstitious about these things, to be honest.
But this feels like the dead are just there under the soil. The catacombs, at least it's under concrete floor.
That makes a difference.
Yeah, it feels different. Everything, death's all around us, but if it's under soil, it feels a bit like it's in reach.
That's worse than they've dismantled all these skeletons and reassembled them in artistically pleasing patterns.
Yeah, if I don't go down there and look, then who cares?
Oh, but
Yeah, I don't like the idea of it, as we discussed. I don't particularly like the idea of, putting all the different body parts into a...
See, it's not the dead people in Paris that scare me. It's the living Parisians that I find shocking.
Yeah, they're worse than death in a lot of ways.
So, abandoned in 2000, the park has since remained eerily silent, but it's believed that the spirits live on. With no plans to demolish the complex, the tropical forest is reclaiming it for its own, one building at a time.
And the crocodiles roam.
But do the dead rest or not?
Well, maybe now they can rest.
Yes, in Bali.
Yeah, good old Bali.
Have you ever been to... You've never been to Bali?
No.
Have you ever been to Southeast Asia?
I've been to Korea.
The
The south.
East Asia, not Southeast Asia, I would think.
Yeah?
Yeah. Well, it's not tropical, is it? It's like industrialized and urbanized.
Yeah. It was when I was there.
I spent a fair bit of time in Malaysia because I do research about it. Absolutely amazing place.
Yeah.
Just kind of the cultures that you encounter there are so different from what we encounter in the West. But there is this sort of interesting mix of traditional culture and capitalist enterprise, which this theme park really encapsulates. And that conflict between, okay, is this going to be a more traditional place? Is it going to be a more modern place? Should we respect the site of this old temple? Should we respect the cemetery? Or should we move forward and create this tropical playground?
Yeah, and this is where that tension was pretty precise, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And it didn't end well.
And also just, extreme weather.
And you could sort of, the people who would think, respect history and respect what's happened here would probably say, well, look, we were right.
Yeah. Don't mess with Shiva.
Yeah.
Saying from another movie, like, have you ever been karmically bitch slapped by an 8-armed goddess? It ain't fun.
What's that from?
I believe it's from Short Circuit.
Oh, wow. Nice reference.
Thank you. Now, at last, the moment we've all been waiting for on our chart of abandoned theme parks, number one. Please, sound effect.
Before that, a recap. At 6 and going to the dogs, it was Dog Patch USA. Up 5 places to 5, it's Rah Rah Rasputin and the Russian Village. Sticking at 4, but wanting so much more, it's Lake Dolores Water Park. Ghosting their way into the top 3. I have spent time on this.
Yeah, I can tell.
Ghosting their way into the top 3 after 6 weeks on the hit parade is Ghost Town in the Sky. And doing a bloody good job, but not quite enough to hit the top spot, is Bali Festival Park. So now, let's find out who made it to the top of the hit parade this week. Sasha.
How can I follow that? Dear Lord. Oh, the Bali one was bad.
You try and make
all right, it's time for
Bali.
Bali. It's time for our winner. Number 1 goes to, drum roll please, but not a real drum roll, Six Flags New Orleans. There's so much of this theme park left here, and all in this perfect state of decay, yet still standing. I mean, we're talking huge roller coasters you can see from miles away, a giant rusting Ferris wheel, bumper cars, concession stands, auditoriums. You can even still see tickets lying on the floor. And as well as all this, you've got a dramatic downfall story too. And to top it all off, like much of that area of the country, it is infested with alligators.
Okay. I'm gonna hedge alligators on this one. Yeah, I said the last one. I said the volcano did it. Maybe the gators, but I'm gonna say the gators did stuff to the people. Ate a child.
Ate a child,
and that was it.
No, that's not bad. But
someone got eaten, or members of the team that worked there got drunk, broke in, stole a bumper car, drove it into the freeway, and died.
Also good.
And then
not
sued
correct,
the government
but good. Now,
for letting them live their lives according to their own whims.
All right, let's have a look at the video.
Yes, and you are not wrong, because this place is amazing. Everything is still here like it closed yesterday. But you can tell from the decay that no one has been here for quite a few years.
Yeah, there's this big lake in the middle, and parts of the park feel more like a forest now. I mean, there's so much that nature has just taken over here.
Yeah. You get a sense of how popular it was by the size of the parking lot. It's almost as big as the park itself.
Yeah, you can still see names of the rides on the buildings where people would have queued up with excitement. There's one that says Sky Coaster.
Yeah, it's really quite haunting. Okay then, Sasha, what happened to this park and where did everyone go?
Well, the park officially opened in the year 2000 under the name Jazzland. And in addition to roller coasters, the 184-acre site had a log flume, a massive water ride, and a Mardi Gras themed area. I mean, it is New Orleans after all. It also had a theater that showed jazz-themed performances. But unknown to most of the visitors, behind the scenes, Jazzland was in trouble. Shortly after they opened, some of the rides kept breaking down and visitor numbers start to dwindle. So just 2 years after opening Jazzland, it's on the verge of bankruptcy.
God, that's quick.
Yeah, well, not well prepared. And this is not a amenable environment to machinery. It's very humid air, a lot of water, a lot of rain. and maybe it just wasn't built right to begin with.
Bad equipment.
Bad equipment. So in March 2002, the struggling park was offered a lifeline by one of America's most famous entertainment corporations. They added bigger, more high adrenaline rides, like an inverted roller coaster that was over 100 feet tall and that went up to 50 miles per hour. The new owner spent tens of millions to upgrade the park. But just 3 years after taking it over, a disaster is going to turn the whole thing on its head.
Now what?
Well, on August 26th, a big storm approaches the region, and the park closes just like everything else did. Now, New Orleans is no newcomer to hurricanes.
Surely leave it open. That would make the rides even more exciting. You get at 50 miles an hour, become 100 miles an hour.
Ride the hurricane roller coaster in a hurricane.
You get a good tailwind. Whoa.
Have you ever experienced a hurricane?
No.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard good things, though.
No good things. It is not something you want to mess with. We used to get them a fair bit when I was growing up, and I remember one time I was sitting in my bedroom, which was a very solid kind of new house, and the hurricane, just the edge of the hurricane, we hadn't gone down into the basement yet, but just the edge of the hurricane starts to blow through, and the wind was so strong it picked up my tricycle and hurled it past the window. My second story window.
Wow.
I know. I was like, oh, there's my tricycle. Whoa.
Oh, my God.
That's when we got into the basement. Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with hurricanes.
I mean, tricycles are quite small.
Yeah, but still.
I mean, if that was a big bike, I'd be impressed.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
A little tricycle?
It seemed impressive to me now. It was a metal tricycle. Does that make a difference?
No, not really.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess you're not as impressed by hurricanes as I am then.
I want to take back what I said. I don't think that at all. I'm just being unnecessarily glib. I was.
You're too hard on yourself.
No, but I think that was a really good description of a hurricane and what it can do, and I retract.
What's happening here? I'm frightened and confused.
I can see inside your brain. You've actually just seen the image that Sasha's painted. You go, you know what? I rate that.
That's an amazing. But it's an amazing image. It's an amazing image, and
I never did find my tricycle after that.
I trashed it unnecessarily.
I wasn't really taking it personally. It's okay. I was a child.
I just felt rotten about it.
It's all right. Don't punish yourself.
So the tricycle flies by your window. That is an astonishing image.
That's a sign to get into. That's a sign to get into the basement.
So you got in the basement.
Good thing if only my little brother had been on it, really would have solved two problems. See ya. It's his birthday, so happy birthday, Adam. That's for you. Now, this was New Orleans was no stranger to hurricanes, experiences them pretty regularly, but this was no ordinary hurricane. It was one of the most powerful Atlantic storms on record, with winds in excess of 170 miles per hour. This is the famous Hurricane Katrina.
Okay.
And within 24 hours of Katrina making landfall, things got immeasurably worse when 28 of the levees holding back the floodwaters broke. Parts of New Orleans were under 15 feet of water.
Wow. Yeah. Okay, so I can see why you'd probably need to close under those circumstances. And I guess Six Flags was not spared?
Six Flags was not spared. The park had 8 feet of the ugliest, nastiest, murkiest water you could ever imagine inundating it. You can still see the high water mark on the gates of the park, and it's amazing to think that it was this far underwater. And with the city's resources stretched already, the floodwater stayed in the park for over a month. Employees of the park didn't even have a chance to take possessions home from the offices, so you can still see the photos of family members on desks, papers, and documents strewn about the place.
Well, yeah, there's something really eerie about a place that's been left without any time, any warning.
You might think, oh, well, it's just underwater. Why can't they just dry out? You got to remember the damage. This is why they call a flood the most damaging of all natural disasters, because instantly all this man-made material starts to degrade because it's underwater, and even if the floodwaters recede, the mold springs in, and it's like these buildings just eat themselves apart from the inside out. I mean, the homes become uninhabitable because they're full of mold. The structures are weakened. I mean, this water is incredibly damaging.
And everything gets soggy.
Everything gets soggy, and it stays soggy in this climate.
Yeah, because have you ever done a wash where it doesn't dry quick enough, and then your clothes smell like cat piss for the rest of your life? It's like cannot come out.
You know, my partner is obsessed with this. Like, as soon as she puts in laundry, like, we can't go out. She's like, no, we can't
No,
go
we
out.
have to
till
stay
it's done.
in.
Like, we have to hang it up immediately.
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
just going out for a pint. She's like, no, like, that cannot sit there more than 10 minutes or it's going to smell terrible. We'll have to wash it all over again.
She knows.
She knows.
Yeah, and then you get to a point where even if you do that time and time again, your clothes end up smelling like cat piss anyway, just because that's the natural smell of us as men.
Do you have a cat?
No.
Okay. You seem very familiar with the smell
I'm
of cat
imbued.
piss.
I've had cats.
Oh, you've had cats.
I've smelt cats, and then I've smelt my own armpits.
And you've been like,
And I'm going,
that feels familiar.
Pretty close.
Our cat, our elderly cat, this is not a joke. We had this really, not super elderly, but like 14 years old, which is pretty old for a cat.
Did he fly past the window?
No, on a tricycle. I mean, that would have been a hell of an image. So every time we use the stove, I don't know if you've ever smelled burning cat piss, but it is the worst smell ever. Every time we use the stove, and it was basically taking out its rage at being old and sad and getting not as much attention as it wanted by periodically pissing on the heating elements on the stove. And so every time we turned it on, what we were smelling was burning cat piss.
Yeah.
You think cat piss smells bad? Try burning cat piss.
Try and get that out of the cushions.
Yeah, that's a good band name though, huh? Burning cat piss.
Yeah, it is, yeah. Though you would imagine they'd have quite a power chord kind of sound. They wouldn't have a kind of enigmatic guitar solos. They'd have kind of gang, 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 and a kind of quite Route 1 punk singing.
You put much more thought into this than I would have. I just had the name.
Burning
cat piss.
Yeah, I have no interest.
No
in
interest.
their work. I think they maybe be fun live once.
Yeah.
But then you get the idea.
Yeah. Fair enough.
They wouldn't have any experimental avant-garde second albums.
Hence the phrase, you only need to encounter burning cat piss once.
Yep, as they say.
Once is enough, as they say. All right, so probably wondering, like, could they repair this thing? You know,
we
could they
played
recover?
at CBGB's the same time as Van Halen came through, and we had a pretty good night, but yeah, the drummer died, and then my girlfriend left me, so I just had to go and get a job. But while it lasted, burning cat piss was my life, and it looked like we were really going somewhere.
And our next podcast, Burning Cat Piss, the heyday years.
When VH1 reached out to put the band back together with replacement musicians for all the ones that have died, I did think about it, but I thought, no, let sleeping, burning cat piss lie.
Speaking of disasters, back to the theme park. Do I feel anything about the theme park is anticlimactic after the sad story of burning cat piss rise and dramatic fall? And as with burning cat piss, it was just too big a job, too much damage had been done, and there wasn't much incentive given for the money they got for the insurance. In 2006, a year after Katrina, cat piss was officially abandoned.
Oh, Six Flags.
Yeah.
Gone.
Oh, yes. God. In recent years, the park has been used for blockbuster movies like Jurassic World, the set of blockbuster movies like Jurassic World and Transformers, because it has this great, like, ruined vibe to it. And because of how wild the park is, though, there's an issue, though, which is that wild boars keep charging at crew members.
Well, boars famously hate Hollywood trash, don't they? Especially sequels.
Absolutely.
And reboots.
They want the original or nothing at all.
Yeah.
Deep film critics, worse than Siskel and Ebert. Now, Lewis actually has his own story to tell when he went there, and I'm sure it's riveting.
Well, do you like guns?
No, I don't like guns, as a matter of fact.
Well, it involves a gun. Do you like guns, Tom?
Yeah, I like guns. In the right context.
Well, when we arrived, the security guard sort of pulled us over, and she offered her gun to us because that's how many alligators and snakes were in there. And she said, I won't go in without a gun. Wow. And then she said, but you can have my gun, but I'm going to need the bullets back because you're going to be using them. So she gave the gun and said, you'll end up using it, and then I don't give it back to me with no bullets.
Right.
I need the bullets.
So where are you going to get bullets?
Oh, well, the bullet shop, I imagine.
Bullet shop. They're everywhere, man. It's like 7-Eleven.
So,
That's a complicated gift. Here's my gun. Use it as you like, but make sure it's exactly as I
it's
gave
like
it to
buying
you.
someone's car. You don't return it with an empty tank of gas.
Right, so you got to shoot the alligators and then nip into town.
So Now, the only thing more terrifying than burning Capus or, burning Capus on a tricycle is the idea of Lewis with a firearm. Jiminy Christmas.
I don't know who would be
It's
in
like
control
giving an
of the gun
infant a
or him.
flamethrower.
Is that a gator? No, it's my leg, you fool!
I did see one. It was in the lake.
Did you take a shot at it just for the heck of it?
I didn't take up her offer of the gun.
Exciting.
I got an animal wrangler to join me instead.
Oh, okay.
His name was Jeff.
Jeff, the animal wrangler.
And he actually had a lot of weapons, but the main thing
was his hands.
It was like a litter picker.
Like a grabber,
grabber
for the snakes. Yeah.
So they hate them.
Sorry?
Do they hate the sight of them?
What,
The
snakes?
snakes that go.
I think.
Oh, the picker?
Just the sight of them.
Yeah.
Creep up on the snakes.
Jeff or the.
No, the picker.
I think they're quite effective.
You pick the snake up.
Yeah, I mean,
right.
Just hurl it.
He had it in his hand the whole time, so I presume this guy knows what he's doing. So I felt a lot safer with him by my side.
Yeah.
He obviously lifted up the trunk of his car and there was just so
full
many
of
guns.
snakes.
No guns, not snakes.
Yeah, but that could have been could have been anyone in New
Snakes and
Orleans.
guns.
It's not necessarily the animal wrangler.
He said he shoots down drones of people who are illegally filming there without permission.
Wow.
And apparently at one point someone started fighting him for the drone with a stick, so he just got his guns out and then he ran off.
And shot them.
It wouldn't surprise me, this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did he wrangle them?
Yeah.
It's an ethical way of getting trespassers off.
And a lot of guns. In my experience.
I would be annoyed if drones were flying over. It's like, go away. This is my
the
my
lives
place.
the lives we lead. I think the least of our worries is drones filming.
Yeah, I'd be very interested by the fetishist that was looking to observe me in my daily life.
I want to see him just take naps and
Here he gets
change a nappy.
Oat flat white and a vegan flapjack again.
Still more exciting than my life. Oh, let's watch him make another footnote. Oh, let's do a close up.
Look at him googling there.
I don't use Google.
Sorry, ask Jeeves.
I use respectable things. JSTOR. All right. Any last thoughts? Let's talk about the whole countdown. So, do you think this is a fair? I think number one is uncontested. I mean, this is a hell of an abandoned theme park.
Yeah. I mean, it could. Any of these guys could have been up there, but the fact that it's completely submerged, it's unique, isn't it?
I see, but I would put the water park and Dog Patch pretty far up there. Dog Patch because it's just so weird, and it's such an amazing story about this crazy cantankerous cartoonist.
Get off my property! I drew those cartoons before everything changed. Bloody hippies! Get off it! Get out of there!
And then the water park is just so ridiculous.
Yeah.
The fact that this thing had no safety measures and this poor man that ends up paralyzed because of doing it at night when he's drunk. But the idea of a standing water slide is still blowing my mind.
Yeah. All right, Sasha. So if you could go to any of these in their heyday, which one would you have gone to?
I mean, it's a tough call because the Wild West one is great because it's on top of a mountain. Dog Patch is just weird, so I've definitely put that towards the bottom.
Russian Village?
I've been to actual Russia, so no. I'd love to go to Japan. I've never been. The Six Flags New Orleans is a strong draw because I think New Orleans is a brilliant town, and I love blues and the music there. But I've been to a Six Flags before. So I think I would actually go with the Bali theme park because Bali is supposed to be brilliant, and I love the idea of this being in this amazing tropical, interesting historic cultural location, and also going on a roller coaster ride,
and playing on the dead.
Yeah, that's a bit of a detraction, but I would hope that Kali would forbear in her wrath while I'm there. So yeah, I think the Bali theme park would be mine.
Okay, I'd love to come with you.
All right,
let's
budget that for the next.
Let's make a
next
plan.
Season. Let's make a plan.
That'd be fun. Can we record an episode on the abandoned site of one of these places? Once we get the budget.
Once we get the budget, absolutely.
That would be good.
I think we should do one on the moon. I mean, the moon has technically always been abandoned.
Yeah.
Producer Lewis here. Thanks for listening to this episode of Where Did Everyone Go? New episodes every Wednesday. Follow, comment, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out.